The music industry exists in multiple different bubbles. Country artists don't usually hang out in spaces outside of their own. The same goes for most other genres like pop and hip-hop. They call it a crossover for a reason. Consequently, Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton connecting seemed like a long shot, let alone sparking a real romance. Stefani admits as much too. Recently, Gwen spoke with The Guardian, promoting her new album Bouquet. Given her duet Purple Irises with Blake, it's natural to wonder if the pop veteran would ever fully pivot to country music. Evidently, Stefani has actually given it some thought. Additionally, she reveals a surprising bit of information too. I would love to. I never listened to country music, so while Blake was super successful, I never even knew he existed before I met him, Gwen says. Gwen and Blake only met when they were working together on The Voice. At this point, their chemistry as a couple and behind the scenes is pretty apparent. However, the idea of the two of them making music together still feels pretty jarring. Regardless, Stefani adores singing with him and can't stop gushing about him creatively. He's very humble and doesn't realize how good he is. There's something so attractive about that, Gwen says. Stefani isn't saving this adulation for just interview press though. On the song, Somebody Else's, from Bouquet, she slams her former relationship with Gavin Rossdale and declares her marriage to Blake Shelton as the real thing instead. Now that I found the real thing, you don't compare. And I don't care that you're somebody else's, Gwen sings. It doesn't even break my heart, you're somebody else's. And I pray for them, whoever they are. Gwen Stefani's life took a surprising and beautiful turn when she met Blake Shelton on The Voice, but it wasn't love at first sight, mainly because she had no idea who he was. The pop icon, known for her powerful voice and edgy style, recently opened up about her first encounter with the country superstar, a meeting that would change both their personal and professional lives forever. When Gwen Stefani joined The Voice as a coach in 2014, her reputation as a genre-defying pop star was well established. Coming from a background as the lead singer of No Doubt and having a successful solo career with hits like Hollaback Girl and Rich Girl, she brought a unique flair to the show. However, while Gwen was a household name in pop and ska punk circles, her familiarity with country music and its stars was admittedly limited. When I first got the call to be a coach on The Voice, I was excited but also a little nervous, Gwen shared during a recent interview. It was a new experience for me and I had no idea what to expect. Then, I was introduced to the other coaches, including this tall, charming country guy Blake Shelton. I'll be honest, I didn't know who he was. Gwen's admission came with her trademark sense of humor. I remember thinking, wow, he's really funny and has a great laugh, but country music wasn't my scene, so I hadn't crossed paths with him before. It's hilarious now when I think about how clueless I was. Blake Shelton, already a country music powerhouse with a string of #1 hits and a larger-than-life personality, didn't seem to mind Gwen's initial unfamiliarity. According to insiders, Blake was amused by Gwen's honesty and her fresh perspective on the show. Blake is the kind of person who makes everyone feel welcome, Gwen explained. He didn't make me feel out of place for not knowing much about his world. Instead, he made me laugh, and that's how we started connecting, just being ourselves and finding common ground in humor. During their early days on The Voice, the two had undeniable chemistry as they bantered back and forth while coaching aspiring singers. Fans quickly noticed their playful dynamic, but at the time neither Gwen nor Blake had any idea their connection would blossom into something far deeper. In a twist of fate, both Gwen and Blake were navigating personal heartbreak when they began working together. Gwen had recently split from her husband, Gavin Rossdale, after 13 years of marriage, while Blake was reeling from his divorce from country star Miranda Lambert. Their shared experiences of loss and healing became an unexpected bond. When I joined the show, I was going through one of the hardest times in my life, Gwen revealed. Blake was dealing with his own pain and we found comfort in talking to each other. It wasn't about romance at first, it was just two friends who understood what the other was going through. Blake echoed this sentiment in an earlier interview, describing how their friendship grew out of mutual support. "Gwen saved my life," he said. "Who would have thought that someone so different from me would end up being the person I leaned on the most? She's my best friend and so much more." Gwen Stefani's eclectic style, with her platinum blonde hair, red lipstick, and love for punk-inspired fashion, couldn't be more different from Blake Shelton's laid-back, cowboy charm. But their contrasting personalities proved to be the perfect complement. "I never imagined falling for someone from a completely different world," Gwen admitted. "I mean, I grew up in Anaheim, California, listening to ska and punk. Blake is all about country music and small-town living. But that's what makes us work. We balance each other out in the best ways." Their relationship flourished both on and off the screen. Fans of The Voice were captivated by their undeniable chemistry, playful teasing, and heartfelt moments. Behind the scenes, Gwen and Blake built a strong foundation rooted in shared values, family, and faith. As their friendship turned into romance, Gwen and Blake faced public scrutiny and intense media attention. However, they remained focused on nurturing their love, keeping their relationship grounded despite the spotlight. "The thing about Blake is that he's real," Gwen shared. "There's no pretense with him. He's genuine, kind, and makes me laugh like nobody else. Every day with him is a gift." In October 2020, Blake proposed to Gwen at his Oklahoma ranch, a place that had become a sanctuary for them both. "It was the most perfect moment," Gwen recalled. "I was completely surprised, and of course I said yes." The couple tied the knot in a stunning, intimate ceremony in July 2021. Surrounded by close friends and family, they exchanged vows in a custom-built chapel on Blake's property, a true reflection of their unique love story. Gwen's 3 sons, Kingston, Zuma, and Apollo from her previous marriage, have embraced Blake as a stepfather and friend. The country star has often spoken about the joy of becoming part of Gwen's family. "I take being a stepdad seriously," Blake shared. "Those boys are incredible, and they've brought so much joy into my life. We have a blast together, and I'm so thankful to be part of their lives." Gwen added, "Blake is an amazing role model for my boys. He's patient, loving, and always makes us laugh. Watching him with them fills my heart with so much gratitude." Looking back on her journey with Blake, Gwen can't help but marvel at the unexpected path her life took. "If someone had told me years ago that I'd fall in love with a country singer from Oklahoma, I wouldn't have believed it," she mused. "But life has a funny way of surprising you. Blake is my best friend, my greatest love, and the person I want to spend forever with." Their story is a testament to the power of love, friendship, and finding common ground in the most unlikely places. As Gwen and Blake continue to share their lives on and off the stage, their journey inspires fans with its humor, heart, and proof that true love knows no boundaries.